hope this is good because I'm unmedicated. I've only had one cup of coffee today. I just inhaled my dinner. I have a bread roll. I'm ready to roll.
Hi, everyone, and welcome back to the Are We Nerds podcast with your favorite host, Emily. And
Emily!
if you're new here, welcome. I hope you enjoyed this episode today because we're continuing this mini series we have going on of Emily watching my anime recommendations. And today we're going to talk about the one, the only, the blueprint. Even though this just came out last year, the blueprint of wholesome BL anime and manga, Sasaki and Miyano.
Give
Or
it up for
Sasaki and...
love.
Look at them. Look at them. You know, for me being such a big fan, I literally have one volume. I just have the first volume. And then
You know what? It feels like that sometimes. And it's just so funny that this series is like your anime recommendations because I was like, yo, we should watch this. And then you went off in your journey and I stalled for about a couple of months. And now here we are. Are we
But
surprised?
did you like it?
Yes, I did like it. I really liked it a lot, actually. But we'll get into that later on. We'll go through the episodes and like the questions. But overall, I really liked it. And I was like, where's the movie at?
The movie's so bad. It's out in Japan, but it's not out in the States. And I don't know if they're gonna like release it theatrically or not, or if they're just gonna release it on Crunchyroll, or if I'm just gonna have to pirate it. I don't know, but I'm watching that movie. Don't do that.
Please consume your media through legal ways.
All right, let's just get into it. So I guess we can start with the questions. I also have some notes of how I feel. I have a notes of how I overall feel about the series, so maybe I'll start with that and see like what you have to say about it.
Okay,
And
right.
then we'll go into the question.
Right, this might help me. Okay, I'm ready to hear it.
So for me, I haven't watched the whole series since it came out. I've read the manga, but I didn't read the first half of the manga. I just watched the anime, and then I picked up where the anime ended. I picked up the manga, and I'm caught up on the manga. The manga is so good. Anyway, but I wanted to kind of refresh my memory because it has been a while since I've watched it. So I watched episode 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then I skipped 5. Well, I didn't skip it, but I like skimmed through it. I just like kept doing like the +5 seconds. +5 seconds.
Right.
For 7 through 10. And then I watched episode 11 and 12. And watching this again, it's just such an authentic love story that is portrayed kind of in a way that I notice is kind of like the shoujo map. They kind of follow the shoujo like trail. It's slow burning, but in a way that leaves you wanting more. Like I remember when I was watching this week to week, I was like, I know they're gonna get together. I just want it to happen because like that's how I feel about it. And when the resolution finally happens, like you just feel so satisfied. And I feel like a thing with BL and GL romances is they can be very toxic.
Yes.
And I feel like this is a very healthy BL romance compared to others out there. It's very wholesome. There's no there's not really like there are some sad moments, I guess, when you like talk about like Sasaki's like little moment he had in episode 4, but like it's not really sad per se. It's just overall like a wholesome story of this, you know, I think he's a second year in high school, figuring out like his sexuality and figuring out who he is and like really embracing that. And I also just love the trope of like someone falls first but the other person falls harder, and that's just like so evident in this series. So those are my overall thoughts about this series. As we know, I'm a big fan.
one like what you had said about the shoujo like influence into it, like when I was watching these episodes, I was like with the way that the episodes were like edited and like the music and like the only way I can describe it is like the sparkle that was like added to the episodes.
I love the way it's edited.
Me
I
too.
love the way it's edited.
Me too. And I was just like, I love that. It's so like wholesome and like nostalgic that it made it like an interesting watch. Because I mean, I I read BL, but I haven't watched any like anime, and the only like I guess like BL media that I take in is from manhwas. So I haven't really read like manga of like Japanese manga of this genre. I read a lot of Korean stories of BL. And so, like you had noted with the like toxicity of men, especially in like a same-sex relationship, like there's a lot of that and a lot of miscommunication. Miscommunication, we should make t-shirts. Miscommunication. Like there's a lot of that in like manhwas that I read. So there's like they're like good stories sometimes, but sometimes you have to drop them because it's just like this is not realistic. This is so toxic. Like he's not good for you. He don't care. Like total opposite for Sasaki and Miyano. This is so wholesome. Sasaki,
Mhm.
literally in my notes, you could just see in an episode, I'm like, poor Sasaki. He is going through it. I was like, he's in love. But good for him for holding back because he knew that
Yes,
Miyano was naughty. Wholesome
yes.
king. Really. And I like that he didn't go off and say like, "Oh, I like a boy. Like I like Miyano. He's a boy. Therefore, that makes me gay." Like straight off with that,
Mhm.
he was just like, "I like Miyano for like his person. I love him for who
Mhm.
he is, and love is love." Like literally, he was just like, "I want to be with you, and I don't care what society says. I'm gonna be interested in your hobbies." And like not in a way where like, oh, I like him, so therefore I have to pick up his hobbies, even though I don't like it. I like that he went out of his way to pick up his hobby, but actually enjoy it and give like input and not stupid
Yeah.
input. Like he actually like analyzed and enjoyed the BL manga that he was like giving him, and I was just like, "Where's my Sasaki?"
He is a walking green flag.
Really, the whole time he is, and he never did like anything where I was like, "That's out of pocket." Well, okay, not out of pocket, but there was one moment where I was just like, "I get it,
School
but
fest.
let him do his thing. Let him compete." It was for the
It was
cross.
the school festival.
Yeah, he was
Yeah.
like, "Don't do it." I was like,
But also at the same time, I like under he like was trying so hard to feel like hold back, but he got like so jealous because he was like Miyano is like
"Yeah."
so like beautiful, like everyone's just gonna fall in love with him. So like I
And
get it, but also like he kind of went about it the wrong way. But when he did kind of fuck up with what happened at the end of episode 11, which made Miyano be like, "Oh my gosh." Because Sasaki was like depressed walking away. Like he was so sad because he thought he had just like ruined everything with Miyano. Like
so
he just wanted to apologize like immediately. Like he knew he had fucked up. So yeah.
here's my thing.
So happy that you like it.
Literally, no, speaking about that moment, I had wrote, um, where is it? Where is it? I wrote, "The way Sasaki misunderstood the hand thing makes me want to bash my head into a wall until I'm concussed."
Don't do that. I've been
No,
concussed. It's not fun.
but you know why? You know why the problem was fixed? Because they communicated.
They did communicate.
That's so
Communication helps.
crazy.
I know. I haven't been in any of the episodes where you guys have been like on this theme of miscommunication, but I could just tell you from like real life experience, communication is key. And when you find someone where you can like communicate in a healthy way with them, I'm telling you, it's a game changer.
Life changing.
It is so attractive. Like communication is so attractive.
It's just like I feel like us talking about like what we've liked about this anime like answers the first question of like what makes it an intriguing anime to us. It's just one, healthy, healthy relationship. Two, Sasaki, what a guy. Literally, like, dream. He's the blueprint. Literally, he's there for him. He holds back. He knows when to input, this type of thing. He listens. It's so not hard to be a good person.
You see it more in the manga. Like he holds back a lot more in the manga.
And I felt so bad. But you know what? Miyano, he was like, I get it. He's like, trying to figure himself out. And like with the past, like, trauma, I guess you could like characterize that as, people be like, oh, you look too feminine. Like, you look too much like a girl. Then people like micro bullying in some way, like him throughout his school. And, just people just not being curious to like, he identifies as a guy. Like he wants to be put off, like he wants to put off that he is a dude, okay? And people like going out of his way to like misgender him and like, force him into this box that he doesn't want to be in. Obviously that's gonna like, mess you up. So when he has Sasaki go like, hey, I like you, and he's like, but I'm a dude. But I also read BL. He's like, what does this mean? I can just imagine his little head just like he was so confused. And I was just like, it's okay. I was like, take your time, figure out if you actually like him. And he did.
They do a good job of portraying him figuring out his feelings because he's not only figuring out if he likes Sasaki, he's also figuring out how he feels about being in a relationship with a man. I really don't, but they just do a really good job like showing his journey in like self-discovery and like
Well, and here's the thing, like he has his whole life has, been going down the heterosexual path, right? Obviously, you
yeah,
don't have to be like you don't have to identify as a member of the LGBTQ. I just blanked on the
plus
rest of it. Oh my God, I feel so bad. Anyways,
QIA.
you don't have to identify like as a member of that community to like partake in, you know, that media. Like obviously me, I am a heterosexual woman. I like guys, really. Okay. So, but I'm still out here reading like, yaoi and stuff. So like for Miyano to be like, what am I? And actually have that and like do I like him? Like, but I don't like guys. Do I like guys? And like, just him having that whole like those moments of him like questioning and like trying to figure out himself. You don't get that a lot in other stories. They're just like, oh, he likes me. I'm gay now. Like I so like they don't have that in other stories. So I'm glad that they like had put that part of the puzzle and it wasn't missing in this story because I think it really elevated the relationship, in my opinion.
Honestly kind of answers the what did we like about the season part of the question. I think we've talked about everything we like about it. I'm such a fan. I love this series so much. It's not a secret. I talk about it almost like every week.
Right.
Dislike wise, I like if anything the opening wasn't my favorite.
Okay. Actually, no. The dislikes. I don't like the opening or ending song.
Yeah.
The animation for the opening and ending were beautiful. They fit
Yes.
really well. I didn't vibe with the songs, so I guess that would be a dislike. One, the only moment that I had in the anime where I was like, was the Sasaki like, don't compete because only I can see you like this, like type of thing. Like sometimes that can be attractive. It really depends on how you go about that route, okay? And, for a second he was kind of going the wrong way. And then he was like, he stepped back and he was like, you know what? You know what, boo? Do your thing, compete, and win. And I was like, you know what? Supportive. I'm here for that. Green flag. You were green flag. You fixed it. So that's really it. I don't have any dislikes. I guess the pacing to me sometimes was like a setback to me, like trying to finish it. But I don't think it's meant to be like a bingeable anime.
Well, for me though, it's like it's a slow burn anime.
It's like the
Like
shoujo
it
thing. Like They don't kiss until
It
the last
is.
episode. Like it's
They
in that.
don't. But also, like in Kimi Todoke, they didn't even kiss in the anime, and they didn't get
Right.
together until season 2. So like, I don't. The pacing isn't an issue for me. I think it works really well. It kept me like anticipating things week to week.
They did really well, like with the cliffhanger thing.
Yes.
And I was just like with Hirano.
Yes.
What did I write?
Serious. So cute.
Yeah, well, that's a question. That is an answer to a question. Do you have a favorite character? I would say the cats that cameoed throughout the season, but that's not a real answer. It's Hirano. I think he's so funny. Is he not Inosuke's voice actor?
I have no idea.
He had screamed in the festival episode, and I was like, Inosuke. So then that had me thinking, what did I write? I think it was episode 13. Oh, Hirano's boyfriend showed up, and he's taller too. Like,
They have, like I said, they
able.
have a spin-off series.
Yeah, I spoiled stuff for myself. I was like, well, I don't know if they're actually boyfriend, but like that's his love interest. And I was like, I'm totally here for it. I was like, girl, I'm gonna have to read that. If I don't read Sasaki and Miyano, the main thing, I was like, I definitely gotta partake in their story because and the way that he acted too, the other dude, I was like, he is a golden retriever. I love everything about that. I was here for it.
I'm so happy. I'm so happy you do.
I hope that whenever I roar through this episode, that maybe somehow Chinny is able to like do like a pterodactyl screech. I just roar.
Okay. Well, my favorite character is Miyano. I just love him. I adore him so much. He's such a sweet character, so down to earth, so lovely. I love him. Um, and yeah,
Yes.
talking about our favorite episode slash favorite moment, all of episode 12. Every single moment
Okay,
of
no, yeah,
episode 12.
me too.
And then oh my god, when he asked him, like when Miyano asked him, he's like, Sasaki senpai, will you be my boyfriend? And he's like, what? And he's like, oh, because in this BL manga I read, like they they kissed and they said they liked each other, but they never like said if they were a couple or not. And I don't want that to happen between. And then Sasaki just like grabs his hand and he's like, Miyano, will you be my boyfriend? And Miyano just goes, yes. And I was like,
I just want to recount all of my notes for episode 12 because this is like literally how the episode goes. All right, we start. I have run, Miyano, run. You need to run after him. And then the whole misunderstanding thing, you want to be concussed. I said that earlier. And then I was like, you don't have Sasaki's number? I digress. And then I was like, poor Sasaki, literally my quote of the anime. I was like, poor Sasaki. I was like, don't misunderstand. He loves you. And then the quote from Miyano, I also want to kiss him too. The way I screamed in my room, I was like, sorry, my audio people. This is too much, but and then Sasaki beat himself up because he thought he was in the wrong. He's like, I didn't mean to like push you. Like, I just want you to feel like okay around me. I'm sorry, that type of thing. And I was like, no. I wanted to give him a hug so bad. I was like, poor kid. I was like, he's so in love. He is so in love. And then, okay, what else do we have here? Okay. Oh, and then Miyano confessing. I levitated. It was so good. And then I just had please kiss. Just kiss already. I was just like, just let it happen. And then I have not Sasaki telling Miyano he has to have more time to think about his decision. And I was like, no! I was like, he knows! And he's gonna tell you right now. And he did. And I loved everything about it. And then Miyano was trying so hard to confess. He was just little rambling world, and I was like, that would be me. And then I was like, I get you. Take your time though. We've already waited long enough. You can keep it going. And then
12 episodes to be exact.
yeah. And I was like, The "I want to touch you too" quote.
Girl, no, you have to read the manga. Like you have, because it's not that many chapters. It's not that many. It's like 48 chapters right now. So
Sasaki as a boyfriend, literally, when they showed the scene, they zoomed in on the hand scene, and it was just him like Sasaki like rubbing his hand. I was like, ugh. It doesn't take much to please someone. Like the hand rubbing thing, I was like, that is so attractive. That is so attractive. I was like, I literally would have fallen in love. I'd be like, Ken, you marry me? The way they're holding hands, I was like, this is a big hug, a pat. I was like, the hug. I was like, the hug. I was like, please kiss. They hadn't kissed yet. I was like, please just, God damn it. I was like, just kiss already. And then Miyano going, with you, I want to. There's so many good scenes in this, like, and quotes in this. I was just like, this is a moment. This is the moment, okay? But the way he grabbed his face and then kissed him, I was like, just imagine like Disney fireworks show happening in the back. I was just like, this is a magical moment, okay? I was like, beautiful. You know, they finally kissed. He kissed his palm too.
I'm t- I'm telling everyone in the world, please, I beg you, watch this series. It's so good. I watch episode 12 sometimes just when I want to feel some happiness in my life.
You know who I want to know more about?
Who?
Um, Hanzoa is his
Mm-hmm.
name. I was just like, literally, I was like, wait, does he like boys? Like I was having a whole like trying to figure out Sherlock Holmes moment. I was just like, what is with him? I was like, I was just like thinking about him. And then I was like, his brother's gay. And his other brother is gay. And I was like, is he only not like thinking or is he only not like experimenting or like being true to himself because of what like his mom had said? Or basically like gave off that thing where she was just like, oh, like at least you're not. Like
Oh,
we
it was like, I'm never, like, you're gonna give me grandkids. Like,
yeah,
that's
like at
literally what
least
she
you're
said.
not gay. I can still have grandkids. So I was like, is he just did we get more of that in the manga?
About that in the manga.
But we get more of him, like I guess story, right, in the manga.
Yeah,
Because they
it hasn't gotten super in depth, but it does tap into it. It starts to talk about him.
'cause they did really well. Because some anime, I feel like when it comes to, you know, like you're expecting a second season to happen, or you want people to like go read the manga after, they don't do as well as a job as like I would say Sasaki and Miyano did with like leaving little cliffhanger eggs, like where you're actually intrigued to go to the manga
Read the
and read and
manga.
figure out. So I thought they did really
Yeah.
well with that because I was just like, I need to know more about him. I want to see about Hirano and his boyfriend or whatever they are together. I was like, I need to know. So there's that.
So to conclude this episode, because I feel like we've like hit all the points that we wanted to hit, I would like to ask you, as I asked you in the Inuyasha episode, well, was my recommendation good?
Yes, I enjoyed it. I'm curious to see what the next anime or whatever will be because I'm just like, what else have you seen that I haven't seen?
Few, but I'm trying to. Most of the things that I want you to like do, I want you to read a lot of these romances that like
Oh,
end.
we're gonna have like a manga edition.
Yeah. But also right now I'm watching Kaguya-sama and I think that you would really like it. Um
Oh, Adrian's gonna be like, girl, watch it, read it, partake. I'm like, yeah.
I got to have an episode of Kaguya-sama with Adrian.
And you're watching JoJo's. I don't like hate it, but if I were to have like a JoJo's episode, like I'm really gonna have to like sit with myself and be like, what do I like about JoJo's? Because like nothing's popping in my head. It's just like I watch it.
No, the thing is I watch like I've only watched 4 episodes, but every time we put it on, I'm like, their dread comes in my
But they got some banger openings.
No, the openings are great. And on like it's funny. Like I like the way they like edit it and everything. But it's just like I'm watching it because someone I care about told me that I need to watch it, and they always watch my recommendations, so I have to be it's like opposite of you and me.
Yeah, like I started watching JoJo's because little bro like started watching One Piece because I would just keep talking. This was before you had started. I would just keep talking about One Piece to, everyone in the group, and they were like, "I don't watch it. I don't care." So then he had started it. He's a real one. You're a real one too. Though I had
Force
sat
you.
you down and just played it in front of you, but you
See,
continue.
yes, I did. I love One Piece. It's my second favorite
So it's
series
just
of all time.
easy for people. You just like watch, just like Sasaki. You just partake in the people you care about, like hobbies and stuff.
So this is the thing is I'm like low key kind of complaining about watching JoJo, but I'm not because like I'm kind of invested. I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
Oh my God, you're gonna be able to laugh at my JoJo's like TikTok that I had made like a long time ago. Crazy. It's gonna be spring break, so that's why there's no episode next weekend. You like how I just transitioned.
Perfect. It's such a good job.
Okay. Right. So, no episode next weekend. Sorry, not sorry. It's our spring break, so we're gonna be chilling. The team, well-deserved break, I would say. Well,
Maybe chilling. I work.
I was like, you're working. I'll be not in Georgia. I'll be in DC. I'm gonna steal the Declaration of Independence, the usual. But if you're curious to see what next weekend's episode is going to be, you can check out our Instagram at Are We Nerds. That's going to be Emily's episode, her first solo episode. It's going to be so
You
exciting.
guys are gonna get to meet my roommate.
Another special guest. Oh my God.
Yes.
Oh my God. Yeah, so don't forget to follow our Instagram so you can get schedule updates. You can get like bloopers, all that jazz, future endeavors, I suppose, and much, much more. It's interesting. I love our Instagram. You can also interact and catch up with us by joining our Discord. We have a wonderful Discord community. Thank you for everyone that's joined so far, and that will be joining because you enjoy these conversations and you want to be a part of our community. So there's a link for that in this episode's description. And if you have enjoyed this podcast episode, don't forget to like and subscribe if you're listening and watching on YouTube, or if you're on Spotify, don't forget to give us 5-star rating. We love 5 stars. So, thank you. We really appreciate the continuous support from our listeners, and you can catch all of these platform links in the description wherever that's at. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we will see y'all not next weekend, but the next weekend.
We will see you next weekend.
For what?
Because there's a special something coming out next weekend that is not an episode.
If that comes out. Hopefully that comes out. Ching. Take your time. But also, do your thing. And love for y'all. Bye-bye. Thumbnail.
Oh, wait, let me grab my...
Love is love. What's that song? Love. Swear to God. If I look ugly.
Oh my, you look so funny in the last thumbnail.
I was like, I look like I'm in pain. And then I was like, oh wait, I am in pain.